Hey everybody, if you're here, it probably means you aren't sure about your religion, or maybe you want to get away from those big religions such as Islam and Christianity. Now before I can get into anything, you're going to need the definition of religion. Now dictionary.com defines religion as a set of beliefs concerning the cause, nature, and purpose of the universe. Let's go with the first part, the cause of the universe. For Christians, the universe was created by God in 6 days, while resting on the seventh. Now, I don't want to go into what religious groups believe, because you're most likely here because you want to get away from that. Now, what you need to ask yourself are questions like, do you believe in a higher power? Or do you believe that some scientific phenomena, such as the Big Bang, created the universe? Now, here are a couple religions that you can fall into. Atheism and Deism. Now, there's a couple types of atheism, and the first one being practical atheism. This will mean that the point of whether there's a God or not is just pointless and useless. It doesn't exactly reject the existence of a God, but explains its non-importance. If you are not motivated by religion or just don't care about religion, then practical atheism is probably for you. Now, I haven't looked up any numbers on this, but I'd say it's the least popular, mainly because God is of much importance to most of the world. In my opinion, the topic of God is very important, and figuring out the cause of the universe is very important, and I think that speaks for most people. Now, the next type of atheism is theoretical atheism. This means that you don't believe in God because of some sort of scientific or philosophical reason. This is something I recommend researching on your own because this video isn't designated to how the universe was created. The other religion I talked about was Deism. Deism is similar to practical atheism, but it finds gods of importance. In a nutshell, Deism is the belief that a God created the universe and left it alone from there. Many of the founding fathers of the United States were deists. This is probably because of Thomas Paine's The Age of Reason. This book basically calls the Bible out on a few ideas and, says that they're not true and whatnot. Now back then, people didn't want to completely reject the idea of a God because there was nothing else to explain it. Now we have theories to explain how the universe was made, and this is probably why atheism is more popular and more known than deism. Let's hop back to the definition of religion now. It also says it concerns the nature and purpose of the universe. This is where I myself start hopping back and forth between atheism and deism. No matter what previously stated belief you take, we know that the earth started out as a not so peaceful place, and then by some miracle, we had the first living cell, which developed into small water creatures, and then fish, then amphibians, and then reptiles and birds, and then finally you get to us, mammals. Now, many religions defend their own by saying evolution is just a theory. In their minds, this makes sense. The ideas that the earth revolves around the sun and that days and nights are created by the rotation of earth, those are also theories. So much for their defense. I don't like to call it religions, but that is something that they need to take into consideration. Now, as far as nature goes, up until humans, everything was so, natural. As far as the scientific goal or purpose of the universe, it's to make technologies that connect everything together, the galaxies, the planets, everything. Now, that the goal of the internet was to connect everyone on Earth. We can all agree that the internet is great and that we all love it, and it was really a step forward for humanity. As far as the goal or purpose of the universe, this is where I question my belief. Nowhere in any natural code is there something that tells us to create some sort of technology. Many believe our technology is what's going to end us. I like to believe that the genetic code was meant to eventually lead to technologies. Other times I find that insane. I believe that if we were meant to make technologies, then there must be a higher power. And if we weren't, then I believe there is no God and everything we've made will eventually end us. That's being pessimistic, but that's just how I think. What you believe, after all I've told you, is up to you, and what you believe should be of unimportance to everyone else. But sadly, that's not the case, because if you choose a belief outside of things like Christianity or Islam, it means that you'll get some sort of hate, which is messed up. But just don't let them get in your way. Believe what you want to believe, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise.